was a large risk-on night for investors overnight, as both global equities and the New Zealand and Australian dollar rallied overnight. It seems that the Australian dollar is widely viewed as a safe haven at present, and the Australian dollar has boosted up above parity with the US dollar. And this all comes despite large flooding in Queensland and also another tropical cyclone bearing down there. The New Zealand dollar was also caught up in the ruckus in Australia and has gone up to around 78 US cents. The Dow Jones also had a very strong night overnight, and this is due to the fact that manufacturing data from the US came out at 6-year high levels. This was widely unexpected. This has meant that the Dow Jones has now pared back all the losses it had when Egyptian geopolitical uncertainty really rattled investor confidence on Friday. The Dow Jones is now back above the 12,000 level. As pre-mentioned, manufacturing activity in the US accelerated significantly in January, and this was widely unexpected. Manufacturing activity is at its highest level in the last 6 years over there. This supports the view that the US economic recovery is going from strength to strength in 2011. Back closer to home, the Reserve Bank of Australia left the official cash rate unchanged yesterday. It seems that the Reserve Bank of Australia looked past the flooding effects of recent months and is focusing on the long-term outlook. High international commodity prices have really boosted their terms of trade, and their terms of trade remained at about the highest levels since the 1950s. In New Zealand, this has a positive economic effect to us because obviously our commodity prices are somewhat paired to our economic performance here. Over the start of this year, interest rates have remained relatively flat in New Zealand, with long-term rates slipping back a few points while short-term rates have increased a couple. As previously stated, it is very hard for New Zealand to stand in the headwinds of what is happening on an international basis. In the US, we have seen very positive data overnight, and Europe has been performing a lot better than expected since the sovereign issues hit the headlines late last year. We do expect the flow-on effect from this international positive news to increase long-term interest rates back here in New Zealand. However, it is unlikely our short-term rates will move until the official cash rate moves later on this year. Dairy farmers were once again cheering overnight with a positive global dairy trade auction. On a trade-weighted basis, the index was up about 7.2%. This was reflective of the fact that whole milk powder is now at about 12-month high levels, around 4,000 US a tonne. At these levels, we do see reasons for Fonterra to increase their payout. However, with an exchange rate around 78 US cents, this may cause some concern.